Excellent. Hello. This is the National Academy's Writer Rally work group of the National Children's Task Force. Hopefully a culmination of a lot of work from this summer. And we have Mary Lou, Keith, Maureen, and me. Stacy said she's going to be late. Is Bonnie? Did anyone hear from Bonnie? I think she was attending some of our meetings. And the purpose of the meeting today was to try to tie together everything that we'd worked on as far as the proposal and the proposed topics. And thank you all for submitting the topics, and hopefully you had a chance to look at some of the stuff that I had worked on, trying to get everything into a kind of a consistent format. Not that format has to be, it's like, I don't want to be a dictator, but that format is the way we had to do it. But so
I think it looks fantastic, Grant.
I went through all of it the last couple of weeks since our last meeting and tried to get it organized. And and I worked on it some more this morning to try to get the main document a little bit cleaned up. And I asked Keith if he'd gotten any of that data, and they're still working on it, I hear. So
yeah. So I now know for sure. So Kelly is putting the data together.
Great.
And she seemed pretty confident that we can get the data starting from the 18-19 season on up to now.
Okay, excellent.
What data is that?
That was the kind of how the CS events have been attended and everything, so that we could kind of show that the CS is heading upwards, and that we that it's an important thing that we do is to continue to support that, and having the membership learn more about it. And especially once we add the train the trainer topic to the track, then, excuse me, I dropped them. I'm off the screen. Then we can. It was just another data point to try to justify why we think it's important to have it. So, so anyway, the other thing, Maureen, your proposal was, like you said, was more of a pitch than a fleshed out thing. So I tried to put some stuff together to try to make it look like the other ones, but there was like there wasn't any learning outcomes or learning experiences or anything like that. So I haven't made anything up. So that was the only thing that I did.
Oh yeah, because the other ones look like an outline for a yeah, the others are more of an outline.
Yeah, the other one, I kind of wanted them to have, okay, this is what we want to, this is why we want this topic to be out here. So here are some of the learning outcomes, and then here are some of the experiences, and here's maybe an example activity that whoever's leading it could, kind of base their tactics on. I didn't want to dictate that this is the way it has to be, but these are some examples of what you could do. So like Mary Lou with the performance guide had that great example of going through one of the learning outcomes, and so I pulled that out of the guide and put it in there so you could see it, and then showed how it linked to the assessment form. And then there was the example that you could go through bit by bit as the group dictated. So so that
I know for more I know for Maureen, what we could do for the gaps in yours, Maureen. So what, outside of selling it to national for the academy, we have to sell it to the team members who might possibly run the event. I don't need to sell it to you, but
Yeah. Well, it looks like, again, making it more of an outline.
Yeah, I guess when I did the one on creativity, I had built that, and then I was planning on doing it myself for our members here in NRM. And then it turned out, I had like 4 groups, and a couple of them were, I'm going to need help. So there was space. So I can't do all of these. So I reformatted it, kind of, here's an example to Tim. I said, Tim volunteered to do it and to lead some of the groups. And I said, this is in my head. I'm just having, I'm barfing up what's in my head. And I wrote it down. This is what I was planning to hopefully to cover. And does this make sense? So we sat down over a drink the night before, and he had gone over it and went, yeah, I can do this. So that's kind of what I was, my idea with these proposals is, if you're going to sit down with a colleague that you've designed this clinic, or you've had this thought in your head, and all of a sudden the clinic mushroomed from 4 people to 14 people, and you didn't want to lead 14 people or 24 people or whatever it is, how would your colleague be able to take your idea, make it their own, and still, get to those learning outcomes? So that's the way, that's kind of my idea behind that format, of this format. So I see, like for Mary Lou's, it was like, oh yeah, this is simple. If you can pick any one of the learning outcomes out of the performance guide, show how it links to the assessment form, and then boom, we can go through it and talk about it. And here's just a little skeleton of this one. You could pick out one that you like. So that was a perfect example. And that's one reason I put it at the top of on the document of why these are the ones that, or this is how it should go. Although I see I need to do some formatting on the document that I'm working on.
That's okay.
Does that make sense?
I just saw, so the instructions you gave us was to basically do a user's guide, or I guess in the East they call them day in the life.
Yeah.
So that's all I tried to do.
Sure. No, it worked out well. Once I had my little framework to outline it, I was able to stick things in, rearrange things a little bit, and added some graphics.
The graphics were great, Grant.
Hmm.
It's way beyond my skill set. So thank you for putting those in.
It didn't take me very long. It's one of the things I do quite a bit. Graphics is one of those things I do. And then the train the trainer one, we kind of talked about it at the
training meeting.
That we probably need to put that on the back burner for now, until we kind of have more of an idea of what the national message is for the training staffs, ed staffs, so that we, we're not selling, Rocky Mountains thing and it may be something that other people aren't going to be doing until we, we're all on the same page. I think that's be a better time to introduce that. So I did put it in the document, but I'm not sure it really belongs there right now.
Well, one of one of the things we could do with that particular element is, one of the things we could do with that element is basically keep the topic in play,
Mhm,
because it's easy enough to pull it out, but
Sure.
keep the topic in play and keep hashing it out as we develop, as National comes out with their, once we come out with the message.
Sure.
Because I know they're working their way through it, and next Tuesday morning, of course it's in the morning, the ELC is having another meeting, and I know that's gonna, the national message is gonna be part of that topic,
Okay.
because we're, what was it, 10 weeks away from, 12 weeks away from training,
Yeah.
and they need to come up with a message from, and from the message they can then, because they gotta, so what we need to do at the national level, they got to come up with a message, and then they got to replace all the coaches.
Hmm.
And the coaches, I believe they need to have that by the end of September for the coaches. So the coaches can start helping shape that message as
Right.
they move into tryouts.
Sure. Okay. Well, right now,
Yeah,
with the train the trainer module or whatever you want to call it, I have just been basically taking some of the stuff that we've been doing in the work group and just kind of pasting it in until we find out more what we want to do
Yeah.
with. So at least I've got, little placeholders and stuff like that in there so that we can fill it out as we get more information and make better decisions on the information that we have. So any more feedback? I really want to add that, a little bit more justification part to the document. And then I think the performance guide topic is pretty solid the way it is, the way it stands right now. Other than I need to do some formatting that I missed. And then the creativity topic. I'm biased, so I can't really comment on that.
Grant, how long are these clinics going to be? Is it like a half a day, or it's because that?
There's basically targeting half a day.
Okay.
Afternoon elective is the
it's about 3 hours.
So about 2.5, 3 hours. It usually takes 15, 20 minutes to wrangle the cats during the splits. And then, then heading to wherever you're going to head to, and also to do the intro. So, I think reasonably 2.5 hours is a good target, at least in my experience, at being an attendee at academies and also leading some groups at academies. 2.5 hours is about the right time frame.
Content time.
Yeah. There's a bunch of logistics on either end of it, but content time about 2.5 hours.
All right. Do you want me to try to put something together for the CAP model that matches everything else?
If you could, that'd be awesome. Because
Can I download this document somehow? Because I'm going to be on my work computer.
you should be able to. Is that the one
It's in Basecamp. I just downloaded it.
Yeah, there should be
Oh, I think I downloaded it.
the one that says final draft.docx.
I got it.
And
I
then
downloaded it. I have it open.
Okay.
I just forgot I downloaded it. I'm going to send it to my work email. And
Yeah, and if you would work on that, and then just a few little things in there, that'd be awesome.
yeah.
Because then I think we're pretty much good to go. I think I'll put, like Keith says, I may just put the trainers in there, but very, very blue sky-ish. With,
I would, and I would almost encourage the topic to be that, because what you're going to be getting is, so a third of the people that attend National Academy are
Yeah.
examiners.
right,
And if they're going to a train the trainer, they're going to have some expectation of what that is,
yeah,
and they're going to be bringing their own baggage, and the being able to shape that with kind of a overlying premise of improving your assessment skills, maybe.
yeah,
And it's like, I see it as, okay, if we're going to improve our assessment skills, we're going to go out and rip with each other.
Yeah.
And as we do that, we're going to kind of take a look at each, how are you applying those skills in this environment?
sure,
And it's, for the CS stuff, you use the terrain as the catalyst, so you can come up with, okay, so why are you making that question? Why are you coming up with that question? And how is that question shaping your
Mhm,
next thought?
sure.
That's kind of what I see as train the trainer at the moment.
And the thing that just popped into my head as you were talking about that is that, and the people that come with the baggage, maybe this is more of a multi subtopic thing. So maybe there's 3 presenters, leaders for Train the Trainer. One's like improving your assessment skills. Another one is how to use video for movement analysis. And another one is assessing teaching skills. I don't know. So I could maybe see it in being a little bit more broad, because we are going to have highly skilled people, hopefully, attending this clinic and wanting some maybe very specialized focus. I don't know. It's just this popped in my head. Mary Lou is writing something down, so she must.
I'm writing down what you just wrote, because I like that idea. And I think
Yeah.
the same thing could happen with performance guide. I mean,
Yeah,
we could do it where one person takes a group that wants to see the people skills, teaching skills, and technical skills.
sure. Yeah, I mean, that's, maybe I'll add, yeah, I should add that in there.
Mhm. Please do, since you have
Because,
the 5.
yeah, because I think there's, hopefully we'll have enough people that want to, that will be able to do a split, which would be cool.
Yeah. And I mean, we can present this any way you guys want, but one of the things we can do is the outline is just kind of a direction to point the ship.
Yeah.
And, because, first and foremost, our system in the US is student-centered.
Student-centered.
And so, okay, we've got the ship pointed, but it's up to the participants to guide us in the path that they really want to go.
Yeah.
So it's, so keeping our outline, at least when we sell it to them, that this is not a fixed outline. This is just a direction.
These are proposed, example topics, and they could be expanded, refocused, whatever. I'll put that also in the lead up of the topic section.
The thing.
That's fine, yeah.
I was realizing as I had a call today with Kelly Lividus that I'm likely the one that has to present this to the board.
You're convincing.
You
I'm
are.
like, oh crap.
Yeah, how did I volunteer for that?
Happy that it is you.
So like Grant and Maureen don't know this. So I'm now the National Children's Chair.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
congratulations. Yes,
So my wife and Mary Lou knew earlier, but I was hoping that Dave was going to make a better announcement. He didn't have to tell anybody. Well, so like Brian Donovan is now the National Snowboard Chair.
okay.
Awesome.
And Ben, my God.
Potts?
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't see any announcements for
Razi
anything.
No, they only announced it to the other national team members.
Oh,
They made no effort to tell anyone else.
So
Well,
can
that
I put
stinks.
something on the National Children's Task Force page now so everyone can congratulate you? Because I've been holding this in, and there is Bonnie guessed it and held me to it. So is Keith now. I said,
Yeah,
I-
it's official.
tell you anything, but I'm having a lot of calls with Keith right now. So she knows, but she doesn't know.
you know what? It
Awesome.
makes total sense.
It does.
Because you're the most kidsy person on the national team.
I am the
Absolutely.
least mature. Yes, that's right.
Hey,
Whatever.
growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. It's the story of my life.
Yeah, my mind is still young. My joints hurt.
Tell me about it.
I get that.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, I will also.
So
be
I'm going
proud.
to give
I
you
am-
this document and you can do whatever you want to do with it.
No.
I'm done.
To help my job is to help support you guys.
Okay.
When do you want the
Doing a
cat
great job.
model revision?
Well, you're heading off
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
I still have to pack. I'm leaving
Okay.
at 6 in the morning.
Oh,
9:30
Where are
then.
you going?
Yeah, yeah. So she's going to
I'm
Moab.
going to Moab.
Yeah.
And then I have to go to Keystone, Colorado for a leadership conference for work. So,
Do it during that.
Return that. Yeah,
well, I have a
that's a
plane
perfect-
ride both
Yeah.
there, so I've got,
Do it on the plane.
do it
yeah.
on the plane if it's,
Okay, so 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
So,
Yeah,
so,
he's the
tomorrow.
boss now. I'm
Tomorrow.
so Grant, the part you don't know is I've known Maureen 34 years, 33 years.
31, 32.
just a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, some of the friendships in the ski industry, man, I tell you, are super long term. My best friends I've known them since I started teaching, which was 41 years ago almost.
Well, you have to have other ski friends because we're the only ones neurotic enough.
That's about right. I know. It's exactly. Yeah, and
Oh.
fortunately, my girlfriend can put up with that shit.
I don't know how my wife does it.
She's
Yeah,
she's
my husband
the
does it too.
she's the first significant other that's ever really been able to understand it, which is why we're
Well,
still
maybe
together.
she has something that she's passionate about that you understand.
Skiing.
And she's a keeper.
I think so.
If you need any help with immigration, give me a
I
call.
was just gonna say, now you only need her to live a little closer.
Yeah, exactly. It is a long ways. I'm leaving in a week, less than a week now for Melbourne. So, but yeah, it is a
I'm
long
thinking you
commute.
do half the year there, half the year here. You never need
Never-
to see
Never
muddy.
saw it.
Well, the thing is, she can only come in on visa waiver for 90 days.
Right.
Well, if you get married,
That's
that's a game changer.
Well,
No
then it's
pressure.
50-50.
then
Then you
it's
do have to spend 6 months. Then you do the 6 months, 6
six,
months.
6 months, 6 months. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
I have a wedding invitation in the other room for one of my good friends. Her daughter's been living in Australia now for over 10 years. and she has legal residency there. It's actually really easy to get legal residency there without, and so if you're listening to this video, you can skip forward. Without actually getting married. There's some sort of declaration of cohabitation that you can do there.
Interesting.
Adriana did that, and now they're talking to coming to live here.
That's a whole nother story.
No,
Well,
you get the common law in Colorado 6 months.
I love Oh, I can't
Really?
do this
6
on the record.
months?
You need to pause the recording.
Yeah.
I used to have an
Oh,
office
hold
in
on, hold on.
Colorado. It was my first question for so many things. So we talked about.
Okay. So we're back. After a little slide
Hiatus.
down the rabbit hole.
Crater.
So so we need Maureen to do a little touch up on the cat model stuff. I'm gonna do some formatting and on some of the stuff that I missed, and then I'm gonna add some stuff about the train the trainer. And I'm also going to add a kind of disclaimer to the proposed topics section of the intro to say that these are just suggested, topics and examples, and these could be expanded or refocused as deemed necessary. Does that make sense to do that? Okay.
And I'm going to get the data.
That's right. The
CS
data.
data for you guys, for us.
Perfect.
And for performance guide, just add a little blurb that this could be applied to people teach and technical LOs.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Can I ask, where are the LO and ACs? Like, where's that document located?
The national standards.
Yeah.
I grabbed it off of the snowpros.org.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's under certification. The drop down from certification standards, and then it's under specialist standards.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
if you go through certification, then go to performance guide.
Yeah, performance guide's got them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because when you do that, when you
It's
click
in
on the performance guide, it pulls up the list of performance guide, the fundamentals. Because the problem is you click on the fundamentals, and instead of a nice clean list or the assessment forms, you get the sheet.
That's right.
Okay.
And then you're just like,
Anything else that we need to do? I think we could have this finalized by the weekend.
well, maybe Maureen.
Sorry. I'll try my hardest. I'm on vacation with the hubby, so
Okay.
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Why don't
the
we say
airplane ride will be my friend.
Okay.
If I can get it done then.
we can
So
also
the hubby
say
you
by the
had
end of
the
next
whole
week.
time you were in Ireland. The
Why don't we
hubby you
say,
abandoned to go to Ireland.
Yes, the hubby I abandoned to go to Ireland.
Oh
for-
yeah, there is that hanging over your head.
Right, exactly.
All right.
And then I'm staying in Keystone for work and he's traveling back home
Oh, geez.
by
Yeah.
himself. Yeah.
Well, you'd be working and he'd just be having fun doing something at least.
Well, isn't he
We can go hiking.
isn't he and Thomas going out to
They're driving to Colorado in October.
yeah, so he's ditching you then.
He's ditching me to drive my kids' camp trailer
To
to
his-
Colorado.
To his permanent home.
Yeah. He's
Right.
driving the shell out.
Um,
Uh,
You
what do
gonna
you think,
live in the
Maureen?
shell all winter?
He's
Not
gonna
really
leave.
an
It's a 12-month camp trailer.
Thanks.
It's pretty nice looking.
Pretty sure he's still gonna be cold. And
All
hungry.
Do we need to schedule another meeting? Or do you think we can just
No.
do this?
We might be
Baseball.
good.
I think we're pretty good. I think we can probably just tie up any loose ends on base camp.
Yeah.
But-
Or at the national call on the 14th.
Yeah, there you go. Is that consensus?
Yeah, why don't we just do it then?
Okay, perfect.
Grant, you've done
now-
great.
Just in case, Grant, Is there anything you want me to mention on the 8th to ELC if it comes up? Or do we want to wait until the bow is on it before we do that?
Yeah, let's get the bow on it and then, but I'll let you know before the 8th.
All right.
And then, am I allowed to share the screen, my screen?
Sure. Hold on.
It won't let me.
Maybe.
You're in charge.
I'm on my phone, so it's not as it's not as open to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to do it. Hold on. That gonna work? What's it asking for?
Well, it says it's disabled. Host disabled participants.
Meeting settings. Hold on. Stop incoming videos. This is actually much harder to do on your cell phone. I don't have the ability to change that.
Oh,
Not that I can see.
Grant, mine's saying I could share. Are you looking under the more section?
under the more section.
Go
Where-
under, well,
The
then
three
when I make
dots
my
far right.
bigger, the 3 dots. And it
If you
looks
have the
like,
full screen open.
what?
Full screen, 3 dots. I have no 3 dots.
Wait, Apple or PC?
I'm on an Apple.
Oh, then I have no idea.
I'm on a PC.
Darn.
Well, it should be under. There should be the ability under share.
I can get this thing to come up at the bottom. And it says share screen, and then I push it, and then it says I'm disabled. So
Oh.
Well,
So the answer is no.
no, okay, darn. Well, I can maybe show you with my phone. You can stop the recording now.
All right, I'm going to end it.